This video will present a recommended employment model on how employers can hire persons with disabilities and why the disabled should and can be included into open employment. The contents of the video are based on actual case studies. The implementation of the model is based on the institutional setup in Johor, but can be adapted accordingly to the different needs of different states.
Life for Kuna has not always been easy because of his hearing impairment, but even from an early age, Kuna never took anything for granted.
Cabaran Kuna masa membesar, dari kecil membesar, dia susah dengan, contohnya dia susah dengan pembelajaran. Sebab masa dia belajar dekat sekolah, kalau dia tak faham apa-apa, dia pergi tanya dengan cikgu. Cikgu tu tak nak explain dengan dia betul-betul. Dia pun geram sangat. Datang kat rumah je selalu dia nangis dengan geram. Dia marah. Habis saya tanya, apa saya marah sangat? Habis dia cakap, saya tak faham apa yang cikgu cakap. Saya pergi tanya semula, cikgu marah dengan saya. Macam mana saya nak belajar? Susah sangat. Lepas tu, apa yang dia tak faham, dia tanya dengan saya explain dengan dia. Lepas tu sampai sekarang dia belajar okey. Dekat sekolah pun dia suka bersukan. Dia ada masuk dalam banyak kegiatan kurikulum semua, dia ada masuk. Tapi dia ada dapat piala pun banyak, CJ pun banyak dia dapat. Dia pun menjadi prefect juga. Dia sendiri belajar semua. Jadi prefect semua dia belajar okey, rajin sangat. Dekat rumah pun dia rajin belajar. Tapi pergi ke majikan nak minta kerja tak dapat juga. Saya dengan bapa saya bawa dia pergi majikan, tak dapat sebab dia susah nak dengar dengan susah bercakap. Pasal tu sudah 1 tahun kita dengan bapa saya pergi cari tak dapat pun, dia pun sedih sangat.
Transitioning towards an inclusive future. All over the world, disabled persons live on the margins of society. More often than not, they are among the poorest of the poor. The United Nations estimates that 1 person in 20 has a disability, and about 80% of these live in developing countries. Persons with disabilities tend to be more vulnerable to poverty and excluded from mainstream society than those who do not have disabilities. Moreover, 8 to 9 out of 10 disabled persons of working age are unemployed and therefore dependent on others for their livelihood. In Malaysia, the disabled also experience the same challenges, as they often face barriers in accessing decent education and employment. Persons with disabilities are frequently not considered potential members of the workforce. Perception, fear, myth and prejudice continue to limit understanding and acceptance of disability in workplaces everywhere. Myths abound, including that persons with disabilities are unable to work and that accommodating a person with a disability in the workplace is expensive.
Persons with disabilities, or we normally use PWDs. They are like any normal human being. They want to work, they want to go out and enjoy life. They want to have an income of their own rather than depending on others. So, but sadly to say, the employment rate for PWDs in Malaysia at the moment is rather low for various reasons. Firstly, let us look at from the perspective of the employers. The employers, I should say, are rather negative when employing PWDs because they are not sure what to expect from PWDs. Perhaps they do not know. They have to make some reasonable accommodation, they have to make adjustments, and perhaps they are not really prepared, to employ PWDs. The second perspective which I would like to discuss is on the PWDs themselves. They are, as I think we all know, They are people with various disabilities. They lack skills, they also lack education, but they want to work. So they have to change their attitudes. They have to, really go for education, formal education. They have to get skills so that they can be employed. On the other side also, we were informed that they are quite choosy in trying to get jobs. So we cannot blame, one side we cannot blame the employers. We have the PW themselves have to relook at themselves. And thirdly, I would rather look at the discuss from the perspective of the environment. Okay, as we know, we live in an environment that is not friendly, right? Especially to the persons with disabilities. Transportation, buildings, roads are rather not friendly to PWDs, and they are not able to come out to work to enjoy life. So the government, on this part, I think the government has to take the initiative, all right? Perhaps with the cooperation from the private sector, individuals, to come out and make Malaysia a barrier-free environment and a friendly society, especially towards the PWDs.
Yang saya paling risaukan semasa anak saya bekerja ialah suasana di tempat bekerja, iaitu rakan-rakan mereka yang normal kadang-kadang mengejek-ngejek orang-orang yang OPU ni. Jadi boleh menyebabkan mereka ini terasa tertekan dan terasa rendah dirilah semasa bekerja. Jadi itu perkara yang pertama saya risaukan. Yang keduanya ialah keadaan jiwa orang kerja sebagai OKU ni kadang-kadang tidak menentu. Kadang-kadang ada perasaan dia rasa gembira, ada perasaan dia rasa kecewa, sedih. Jadi bila keadaan-keadaan ini timbul, jadi saya harap pihak-pihak yang mengawasi pekerja OKU itu dapat memahami keadaan orang OKU. Itulah harapan saya.
One of the things that we discovered is that the unemployment rate among the people with disabilities is quite high. It is a lot higher than the national average. Therefore, it is important for us to have a strategic approach on how to address this issue. Also, it is important for us to facilitate people with disabilities who have finished their education, who have gone through their vocational training, to be able to get into the employment just like everybody else. And we equally feel that it is important for the parents and for their family members to feel comfortable with their family members, with people with disabilities, to get into the workforce. The concern is that people such as the employers may not be able to address the issues faced by the PWDs when they get into the organization. Also, it is important for the fellow employees at the end of the day. These are the people who will be working together with the PWDs. It is important for them to be able to work together with the PWDs, just like on a day-to-day basis. That is why we feel that it is important for us to have a program that will be able to address all these issues, and we'll be able to look at the issue strategically and also holistically.